Launchgood is a global crowdfunding platform that is focused on the Muslim community to help Muslims all over the world raise funds for causes, ideas, projects they care about. I used to be a youth organizer, and I would often crowdfund to support some of the grassroots initiatives I was working on. And a lot of the, at the time I was 17, I didn't have access to, I didn't understand the grant making system well, and I also didn't have access to big donors. So we had crowdfunded at the time to just kick off some of the programs we were working on. And so along this time I met one of my co-founders, Chris. He was also one of the first Muslims within this space. He had crowdfunded a film on Kickstarter called Bilal Stand. And so we had reached out to him. It was, at the time, I think this was about 6-7 years ago, there's very few people within the space, let alone Muslims within the space. And so then a few years later, Chris reached out and said, hey, we're getting this thing called Launchgood. Would you be interested? And I got on board, I want to say 2013 in October. So it was more a journey of not exactly being sure what I got myself into, but feeling very excited about the possibility of this, and then jumping on board afterwards, after college. Yeah, so a little bit about my background. I'm the middle of 7, Syrian family. My parents immigrated in the late 1980s from Syria. And there's a joke that with Syrians, like somebody in the family is going to be a doctor or so the case. But I think it starts off with the fact that my parents never had a set career for us. It was very much like, okay, whatever you're going to do, just be the best at it. I think the second thing was just, with a big family like mine, you sort of just get everybody gets each other's back. So it's like, all right, there's a lot of us. I've got this meeting tomorrow. Somebody covers for you. That's a good question. So there's, I think, the general sort of breakdown of racial background. You can even get to ethnic background. But there's also diversity in terms of, at least within the space that we work within, there are different schools of thought, you have different ways of approaching things, also diversity in terms of the backgrounds, right? I see it as beyond just what you would fill out like on a census form, but also in terms of thought and practice and belief. So I think it starts first with family. My mom used to be very involved in the community and also used to somehow magically come back home and have dinner ready. Growing up, my mom was very active, doing a lot of volunteer efforts, teaching, to the teacher. Then I had my older sister who was very involved as well, and she was just taking me along to these meetings. I didn't understand much, but I would just be, me and my sisters would be one of those kids in the corner while she's doing her MSA meetings or whatnot. So that was definitely a big piece of it. But then as I got older, I had some great mentors, and then also I used to grow up feeling frustrated that there wasn't enough, even within that, of like Muslim female role models within the Muslim community and the non-Muslim community. And so I remember having this collage that I collected of all sorts of Muslim women that I looked up to, and I'm very kinesthetically inclined. So for a long time I thought I'd go to the Olympics, so all of my photos were of Muslim women in sports and a few others. And so I think when I graduated, I put that collage together, and it's still in my room till this day. And it's just got this collage of really awesome women who I'm actually pretty grateful that I've gotten to work with most of the people on that most of the women on that board. And my younger sisters growing up have seen that too. So it's been a mixture of people personally that affected me, and then just really kind of like putting something out intentionally that I see every day that subconsciously I like internalize. It starts first with your mindset. Like, you have to have a growth mindset. So to help you understand a growth mindset, I'll explain the opposite, which is a fixed mindset. A fixed mindset assumes that, okay, I'm married to my major, I can't do anything outside this, or I'm only good at math, or I'm only good at science. But you have to have a growth mindset because it starts first with what you limit yourself to be able to do or not do. And so whatever field or idea, you'll probably grow into it, and you'll learn as you go. And so starting first with having this growth mindset that, you know what, I can learn, I can figure this out, and if I really care about this, I'll figure out everything it's going to take to make this happen. So that's probably the first thing. The second thing is surround yourself with really awesome people in the same space. Like, that energy is contagious, even with your family, the people you kind of choose to engage with. That tends to be really key because they're going to help amplify what you're already doing. Highlight, our last Ramadan was awesome. With the Ramadan challenge, it's starting to go from survival to thrival, or it's from surviving to thriving. The Ramadan challenge was a 30-day giving challenge for anybody across the world, specifically for the Muslim community, where for 30 days people want to give charity, and we make it super easy by sending you awesome campaigns straight to your inbox, and you commit to give as little as $1 a day. So this year we had a great year. This is our third year in the works, so I think we really saw a tipping point in terms of where that challenge, how that grew, and we also hacked our way at it because we were initially going to hire a marketing consultant, but they said, okay, let's see if we can just figure this out. And we smashed our goal of 10,000 signups. And last year we only had 2,500 signups. So to go from 2,500 to 15,000 signups and have over $1 million raised from all those folks in 1 month was pretty exceptional. So that felt really good. It's like it crystallized all the work we've been working on this for the past 3 years. So what Muslim men can do to empower Muslim women is a few things. So on one hand, it's like logistically, just being able to facilitate. Like for me growing up, my dad used to take me to a lot of these events and meetings, and so that was really key. My brothers as well, same thing. So there's the logistical support of it, or element of it. Then there's also emotionally, just being available to, or they understand the importance of the work in the same way as anything else you're doing. And those two pieces are really, really key because, if you understand that, then you're so much more supportive of whatever happens within the journey.